Another quick video. In this video, it's an old video back when it was considering Phadrea Parks for Real Housewives of Atlanta. What I think about that is they let Phadrea go. I know Phadrea got paid that year anyway, whatever her pay was, and she left. Then she done got jobs making way more money than that since that, such as the Wilhelmina hot model thing. And now she's on marriage boot camp, and I heard that paid better than Real Housewives of Atlanta. But back in June, I think it was June 19, when I think Binge-worthy spoke about this topic as far as what Wendy Williams saying she thinks Phadrea should come back. But his title is Apollo Nida Just Ruined Real Housewives of Atlanta for Phadrea Parks fans. I'm a Phadrea Parks fan. And I don't see where Apollo ruined anything for me. For one, him getting out of jail, what does that have to do with Phadrea Parks? Phadrea Parks, they are divorced. They've moved on. He's out. This is what I think. I think people like Apollo more than they like Phadrea. So people want Apollo back on the show after he looked so crazy in how he dealt with Phadrea. And Phadrea just her calm little mouth self, just let him, just give him all the rope to hang himself and act a crazy donkey. But everybody want to be mad at Phadrea. Why, I don't know. I guess it's a black woman thing. Don't want a black woman to succeed. Because you want to give a black man all the, well, that's how men are. No. That's how men are. Fine. The black woman gonna get hers, and Phadrea's getting hers. I'm still trying to figure out how Apollo getting out of jail ruined it for Phadrea Parks fans. For what I do understand from a lot of people who I figure is not a Phadrea Parks fan, because they can't be, because they want Apollo back on the show with his girlfriend. They want him back on the show to come after Phadrea Parks with the craziness. Phadrea got children from this man, and Phadrea do not have time for Apollo and his girlfriend Real Housewives of Atlanta drama. The only way that would be fair, my thing is, why do you want Apollo back on Real Housewives of Atlanta? It's not Real Husbands of Atlanta. Why you want an ex-husband on there? It's not Real Ex-Husbands of Atlanta. People want Apollo back on the show so bad, just so they can see him come after and attack Phadrea with utter disrespect with his girlfriend. But they already disrespected Phadrea with the Mr. Chocolate thing, saying she's, what, Kenya saying she's sleeping with him. Where's your proof? Just because Apollo got some text messages on some paper saying this come from Phadrea and this person, you have not proven that Phadrea Parks slept with this man. And that's what Kenya does. She just say stuff out of her mouth shockingly. I think people just supposed to just sit there and just let her throw knives at them, and they just sit there and just take them like they don't hurt. Now she's on the show and they're coming for her. My thing is, you coming back on the show with a husband that y'all seem to be separated from. You got a baby. You seem to be a single mother raising a child trying to be on the show. So I guess that's her storyline. That's fine. But this your thing about wanting Apollo back on the show. so they can just disrespect Phadrea, to me, it's crazy. I don't want to see. Then some say, well, Apollo come back on the show without Phadrea. Why? I don't want to see Apollo. I think that's a man's thing. Peter, Todd, who illegally hid all of Apollo stuff in Candy's garage, got the feds coming at Phadrea about some stuff she don't know nothing about. And then Candy says on her mouth on the show about the stuff being at her house. Phadrea didn't know that. But they want to get mad at Phadrea. It's just dumb. How you get mad at Phadrea for something you did? Y'all the one that allowed this. Candy and Todd the one allow Apollo to hide his stuff in their property from the feds. And then the feds show up at her house. But she want to get mad at Phadrea. The bottom line is, people are jealous of Phadrea. That's all. They're jealous of Phadrea. Phadrea got this little Christian personality thing going on with her. And that's her business. She can be that. But there's nothing that say a Christian got to sit back and allow people to just abuse them. And I feel they want Phadrea to come on the show and be abused by Candy and Todd, hiding out Apollo stuff by Peter, who's not on there now, who always minding Phadrea business about, because Apollo says she don't let me see my kids. If you want to see your kids, Apollo is the one that scared his kids away when he went to jail. Nobody's going to sit there and make things good for you to see your kids when you're the one that's causing it. Like I said, Phadrea got to move on with her life, live her life without Apollo. Apollo live his life. So now what Phadrea got? I think the Tone Capone thing was to get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta. But Phadrea not coming back on there for pennies like Kenya. Kenya took pennies to come back and did this show, little secret wedding, get a baby, all kind of thing. And all that gonna come out on the show. Because I hope she don't think she gonna come back on there and it ain't gonna be her way. That's why she off in the first place. She trying to make it her way as if she called all the shots. But this thing with Phadrea, that didn't work out with her and Capone. Let's say now, if Apollo comes back on the show with his girlfriend, whatever, Phadrea got to come back with somebody too. She got to come back with a man too. Because why should she be out there by herself and her kids being attacked by Apollo, and they're going to use that girl to just come after Phadrea with all kind of dumb craziness? Kenya on there throwing knives, which I believe she the one to come between Phadrea and Apollo anyway. And then everybody's throwing their little digs in there. And Phadrea's just supposed to sit there and be the little person that's supposed to, you're supposed to just absorb all the abuse and what they call it, be the bigger person. No, we living in a new time. No more taking the high road. No more being the bigger person. You bring it and you get it. Don't bring it, you won't get it. So now, what Phadrea do? Phadrea about her money. Phadrea now with and I think that's a slap at Claudia, with Claudia X, who they claim was Mr. Chocolate. I don't know, maybe, whatever. And now they are on marriage boot camp. Phadrea just making her coins, like she said, getting her many jobs. And people are hating. You can't keep Phadrea down. Phadrea don't need Real Housewives of Atlanta. She don't. If you want her on the show, you go pay her what she would have been getting paid had she still been on there. It is what it is. That's my perspective on Phadrea Parks and Apollo. Coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Subscribe to the channel. Check out Nearport Community.